Super Newcastle, Newcastle United FC.
Buongiorno everyone, Big Renty here. Gonna do a little video on the ones that got away, the Toons targets that Newcastle failed to sign in January, see how they're currently getting on now. So one place to start, Nikolaj Jorgensen, the Danish striker, Rafa's #1 target, priority of his. Got old fat mate, didn't want to cough up the cash for him, didn't want to break the transfer record for him, like he ever does, it's been over a decade now. How's he getting on? Well, since Newcastle registered an interest at the very start of January, he's had 6 games, 0 goals. Has it affected him? Did he want the move? Probably, because he's had enough of the Sunday League football and in the Dutch League. Is that a sign though that he might not have been good enough? There has been some great exploits from the Eredivisie, Dave Kuyt, Ruud van Nistelrooy, but there has been some stinkers as well. I'm talking about the Luke and Simon Young brothers. He's now who you are. So it would have been interesting to see how he got on. Rafa's a big fan, big powerful striker. But yeah, he hasn't done well since he's been linked with us. No goals in 6 games. So maybe it's got his head, will Rafa go back to it in the summer? We know he is a big fan. It'll all depend if someone else is there probably, because Ashley's not going to cough up the money. Daniel Sturridge. Well, I've got to admit, when we were linked with Sturridge, I was very happy. I think everyone on Toons Day was. There was a bit of a buzz in the air, wasn't there? Finding like your Mark Hughes signing like a top class player, because we all know on his day he is a top class player. He's proven at international level, like the Euros against Wales last year. 2016 now, just over a year. He's done it on the day for Liverpool. He showed a glimpse at Chelsea and City. That's why he got the move. But it's just made out of glass, isn't he? He's made out of glass, and that's you can't trust him. I mean, he gets injured watching football. He's been at West Brom 2 minutes. He started the first game, I think it was at Southampton at home. Didn't do anything there. Then played against his former side Chelsea. Went off after 3 minutes of football. Apparently he's out for a fortnight now. So that looks like it's a bullet dodged. And that was always the question mark over him, wasn't it? His fitness. Would he be effective, because would he be on the pitch? And at the minute, and for the next few vital games for West Brom and Alan Pardew, all the troubles they've got going on there, fake taxi Pardew, he's not going to be playing. So huge miss for them, big game for us. Michael Kremniak. After failing for Jorgensen, the attention turned to the Victoria Pleasant left forward, Michael Kremniak. He's got a very good record even in Europe. But for some reason or other we didn't go for him. I think Rafa went for that Premier League experience in Slovenia, although he hasn't got much, but he's got that big price tag. He's probably heard more about him than he had. Great record he had, 11 goals in 14 games, 5 and 6 in Europe. But the Czech League's had a midwinter break, so he had his first game last week in the Europa League against Newcastle's old foes, Partizan Belgrade, and we'll play them a few times in the old UEFA Cup. And he got an assist, so after the winter break he seems to be banging form still, and he's probably still going to be on Rafa's list. He's sure going to get a move away from the Czech League in the summer, so it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. Troy Deeney, the 29-year-old, was always going to prove too likely to be expensive for Rafa in January in Newcastle. Big price tag, English. He's been linked with big money moves before. Remember Arsenal had a bit turned down for him in the past. So, what was it going to happen? No, Rafa wanted him, but that he would have been on the list that he'd give to Lee Charnley on January 1st, and Charnley just thought, nope, scratch that one off straight away. We haven't got the money for him, man, Rafa. We've got any money. We're getting loan deals in. Watford aren't going to loan him. Deeney's getting back to his best form. Watford's still poor, but Deeney scored against that win over Chelsea. Watford have been a bit hit and miss though, changing managers. But he seems to be getting back to his best, Deeney, but he's never far from controversy, is he? Giving it one of them to the fans after celebrating a goal. He's a funny one, he's got a screw loose, so it's a surprise that Rafa's an admirer of him with his the crazy personality that he's got, but he's proven to be a handful for defensive, so that's obviously it with the Premier League experience as well. If we had brought someone like him in January, he would have nicked you a few goals and caused a threat. Danny Ings, a player that I mentioned in the 10 Toon target videos that I did before the January window. Again, it was like Sturridge, where fitness is the issue, isn't it? And obviously the pecking order at Liverpool. But once Sturridge was allowed to leave, there was no chance Ings was going to be allowed to leave either. However, Ings has only made 2 sub-appearances since the January transfer window, 38 minutes of football. Did get an assist in one of those games against Porto, last week in the Champions League, but he's still struggling to maintain full match fitness. Is it because he's not getting played to get that full match fitness? You know, that's one of the main reasons you're going to get fit, isn't it? Playing the full 90 minutes. He's not given the chance to do that there. Probably would have been sent out on loan if Sturridge hadn't. But again, like I said, it's the same with Sturridge. They're both class. They both score goals on the day. He did it for Burnley. You know, poor Premier League side. That's why I wanted to sign him. That's why we were obviously linked with him. Again, Rafa wanted the Premier League experience. Striker would come straight and score the goals to keep up. Okasia, the Real Madrid second choice goalkeeper, he was also in the Toons 10 target videos that I'd done before the January transfer window. Thankfully, Dubravka came in. We can't know how much we love him already. He came in. If it wasn't, it was going to be Okasia. Since the January window, he's had 4 appearances and 2 clean sheets. Not bad. Apart from the embarrassing game against Leganes, where it was a 2-2 draw. But, you know, Real, plenty of players have been having a stinker for them lately, so not just him. Again, Rafa, depending on what happens to Dubravka and other players, it'll see what happens in the summer. If we keep Dubravka, I think we've got the 4-man clause, so the keepers are probably out the window. Saying that, though, on to the next one. Joe Hart. Surprising that Newcastle were linked with him again. They were in the summer, went to West Ham, and he's had a stinker at West Ham since he joined them. So West Ham, to be fair, you know, point of Moisey. But Joe Hart again has just looked accidental prone. Call wins, mate, because you know he's having a nightmare. He's always having accidents and injuries. We went back from him in January apparently because that's how, you know, desperate Rafa was for a keeper. Man City were willing to send him out to us, but West Ham weren't willing to terminate the loan contract. Obviously keeping him as backup because he hasn't played since the FA Cup defeat and exit to Wigan Athletic at the start of the month, so he's not in their plans, but he obviously didn't want him to be in anyone else's plans either. Got to Brough anyway. Much rather have you, son. Jonathan Vieira, the 28-year-old attacking midfielder from Las Palmas, attracting a lot of interest across Europe. Big fan of his. I am on to the Liga show on Sky Sports. And yeah, creative player that I'd love to see Newcastle sign. But again, fat tits. Mike Ashley didn't want to cough up the cash needed. 18 million price tag. We know he doesn't hit that. He didn't hit it for Jorgensen. We missed out on him because of the money, and he's going to be a great player. I know he could offer a lot to a side like Newcastle, but it's looking like he's going to Asia because Beijing are offering to triple his wages, so he's most likely to go there in the summer. Since January, he's remained impressive, so they'll undoubtedly be on the move from Las Palmas come the next transfer window. Mangala from Manchester City, the centre back that struggled to get into that 400 million defence, the defence that's stronger than fucking most people's government's army. Like, he's not going to get in there. Offered out on loan. We tried to get him in the summer, apparently more so in January, but I think the wages were a sticking point, and again, it came back to the financial issues of why we didn't get him. He's went to Everton. He's played against Arsenal and Crystal Palace. Again, we've dodged a bullet. He got injured at half-time during a 3-1 defeat. Out for the rest of the season with knee ligament damage. I was never a big fan of his like that, Mangala. You know, he's looked dodgy. Where they've warranted that price tag for 30 or no idea. I think it's when Man City come calling, they just make up a fund. They just must reply and go, should we try? What do you reckon? Try 32? Try 32 million? I can't try 32 million. I want 32 million for him. Manchester City. I know, well, there you go. There's no way he was worth that much. He hasn't settled into Premier League life there, has he? He looks a unit as well, but he reminds us of a boom song or a Titus Bramble. Shite. We've avoided that one, especially now he's got injured as well. Right, cheers everyone for watching. Let us know in the comments below. Would you like to sign anyone off that list? Or by the looks of it, have we dodged a bullet, sign anyone of them? What was your thoughts when we're linked with Sturridge? I think everyone was excited, weren't they? Are you happy with who we have signed, or looking forward to Slimani playing? And maybe drop a few names of who we should sign come the summer. Peace out everyone, and enjoy yourself!